Hello everyone, this is Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you with another product review. Today we're going to be reviewing and running the HO Scale SD38 in Norfolk Southern horsehead paint by ATHEARN, ready to roll. A little bit of background on the SD38. The SD38 is a 6-axle diesel electric locomotive built by Electromotive Division of General Motors between May of 1967 and October of 1971. It was equipped with an EMD 645 16-cylinder engine generating 2,000 horsepower compared to the turbocharged EMD 645 E3 V16 engine that produced 3,000 horsepower. The SD38 had the same frame as the SD39, the SD40, and the SD45. 52 of these were built for American railroads, 1 was built for Canadian Railroad, and 4 were exported to a mining firm in Jamaica, while 7 were exported to a mining firm in Venezuela. The SD38 was later succeeded by the SD38-2. Out of the SD38 straights, there were 108 examples produced. Just to name a few of the customers, Bessemer and Lake Erie ordered 3 of these. The DT&I Railroad, or the Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton Railroad, ordered 5. The Elgin, Juliet, and Eastern Railway, or the EJ&E, ordered 6. And Penn Central, being one of the biggest customers, ordered 35 of these examples, numbered 6925 through 6959. 3811 is the one we have here, and this, in fact, is of Penn Central heritage. NS SD38, number 3811, was originally built in April of 1970 as Penn Central SD38, number 6945, the last SD38 they purchased. After the creation of Conrail, it kept its original number to 6945. And after the split of Conrail in 1999, Norfolk Southern renumbered it to 3811. And it was sold to the National Railway Equipment Incorporation, or known as NREX, in 2012. After looking at a few recent photos, I believe this locomotive is still seen in operation today. So there are a few SD38s that are still around. CSX has retired all but 2 of theirs, and Norfolk Southern sold theirs off to National Railway Equipment. The SD38, as I mentioned earlier, was succeeded by the SD38-2, which was produced between 1972 and 1979. There are many more customers that purchased the SD38-2 with the upgrade in the computer system, as well as minor details. The EJ&E SD38-2s are still seen in operation today under Canadian National Reporting Marks, and some of those have been upgraded to -3 specs. Let's go ahead and talk about ATHEARN's rendition of the SD38. As you see, it is a very handsome model with lots of cool details that we will be looking at. As you can see, we have a plastic body, and you can see here the handrails are nicely done, and the crisp Norfolk Southern logo on the side, as well as the white eyebrow and also the nose. As we move down the locomotive, let me go ahead and shine a light on these trucks. As you see, these trucks are very nicely done. As you see, some separately applied braked cylinders there, as well as some molded in details on the Bloomberg trucks. As we move down to the fuel tank, we see have some other separately painted items there around the fuel tank, as you can see here. And you can even see the fuel gauges there too, which is very, very cool. And the number is very, very crisply done. And you can also see we have the air conditioning unit on top, as you see here. As we move on up the locomotive, you see we have lots of these separately applied MU hoses here, which are very nice. They look almost real. And as you can see, we have the little red electrical port that is there. We even have a little drop door that I believe that comes down. Let me try it real quick. As a matter of fact, it does. There's a little drop door that's there. We even have a little molded in chain, which looks pretty good. And some separately applied grab irons here, as you can see on the nose. And we also have the headlight and the number boards up here on top, which they are illuminated. The headlights are, at least. And we have, as I mentioned earlier, the air conditioning unit on top, which actually looks pretty cool. As we move down the sides of the locomotive, we see all sorts of different signage here, which actually can be seen with a magnifying glass, where the fire extinguisher is located, the high voltage sticker that's there, and all the separately applied signage here all up and down the side of the locomotive looks really, really awesome. And I really applaud ATHEARN for their taken the extra step to make this thing look really realistic. As we move back toward the rear of the locomotive and the top, as you see here, we have the nice separately applied horn that's there. We also have some separately applied fans with some free spinning blades. And as we move on down the back of the locomotive, and we have lots of stuff going on here. We have more separately applied MU hoses and the air hose. We even have the HO scale coupler that's here as well, with some beautiful handrails done here on the back. As we move inside the conductor side of the locomotive, it's almost identical to the other side. We just have a little bit of signage here, some more separately applied items right around the fuel tank, which is very nicely done. And the windscreens actually move back and forth, which I thought was a really, really nice touch. Alright, the last thing we will do before we start this thing up is BFOTE, best feature of the engine. I've got to say this was a really difficult decision to make because there were so many good things about this locomotive. I have got to say the sound, the paint job, and the awesome detail that ATHEARN put into this locomotive. The sound is really great. It sounds very realistic. And I have got to say, ATHEARN has got wonderful sound in their locomotives, as I mentioned with my review of 3170 earlier this year. I have got to say, hands down to ATHEARN for their sound, detail, and the awesome paint job that we have here. Alright guys, we have the 3811 here on the track, and we're ready to start this thing up. I've got to say, y'all are going to really love the sound of this thing. It will really take you back to a really, really awesome time in American railroading. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Anyway, let's crank this baby up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some lights. Alright, let's try out the horn. This horn is really awesome. And the bell. Alright you guys, we're going to roll it out. I've got a little bit of mix of everything, and I have both cabooses in operation today. The Southern Bay window and the Norfolk Southern C31P, that's ex-Norfolk and Western caboose for the NS SD38. So anyway, let's go ahead and move it out. Well, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this review. I hope all of you enjoyed the running of the NS SD38. If you are new to the channel, please remember to click the subscribe button. And remember, if you like the videos, please remember to give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Also, tap the notification bell to get all the latest updates. So that is it for now. I'm Engineer Pat 5290, and I will see you next time. But once again, let us listen to this great horn.